Hello guys, Dmitry Bonder there. The AMC stock rocket blasted off again Monday after stopping over so briefly to refuel from a week of meteoric run-ups. Shares of AMC were up 18% to $56 in a midday trading. And this information makes my wife very nervous. She has been telling me for the last few days, buy AMC, buy AMC. But I have another thought regarding this. As we can see now, there are plenty of impulsive people who, like my wife, wants to have all the money in the world. And to be honest, they don't have any faith in AMC stocks. They don't want to hold this stock. The only one reason why they want to buy it is just to sell when the price will be higher.
Hey baby, have you already bought AMC stocks?
Not yet, not yet. I'm still strong and I'm holding my position. I'm not buying. But there is some questions remain. Is it not too late to buy AMC stock? Can the price go even higher? Are there any fundamental reason to buy AMC despite the hype? Or maybe in one day AMC stock could drop like a fallen rocks? Hi guys, my name is Dmitry Bonder. I live in Austin, Texas with my family, and on this channel I share how we are building our family wealth through long-term investing in stocks, real estate and a little bit of crypto. And I'm not a meme stock investor. I always try to trust my logic more than my emotions. And that's why I analyze many sources of information from reliable websites, and I share my conclusions on the channel. So if you share my values, consider being part of my community and subscribe. So my dear apps. Yes. All AMC investors call themselves apps and eat bananas every day and do Of course, it's a joke. I personally know many of these investors and they are very smart people. So you know that shares of AMC jump more than 95%, and a lot of these smart people made a lot of money. And on Wednesday, the price of stock reached all-time high $62 after the movie theater chain announced a new rewards program for shareholders that includes a free large popcorn. But the next day, a plan to sell 12 million shares sent AMC tumbling. So even with the Thursday's decline, the stock has soared almost 300% over the past 9 trading sessions, and it's up eye-popping 2,160% increase. And this is the main argument my wife uses while insisting on buying AMC. And she doesn't care that even AMC itself warned people to be very careful last week. Under the circumstances, we caution you against investing in our Class A common stocks unless you are prepared to incur the risk of losing all or a substantial portion of your investment. So despite the unusual warning and the delusion, some users doubled down on their enthusiasm for the stock in online forums in the past week, noting that GameStop experienced similar volatility during its January rise. And that just confounds and outrages traditional investors. I'm a kind of traditional investor, and I can say for sure that something crazy is going on right now. And I totally agree with, for example, David Trenner, CEO of investment research firm, and he said something like, "The surge in shares of AMC Entertainment is yet another sign of the reckless meme stock driving investing landscape that we find ourselves in today." And it seems like Wall Street insiders are preying on the naivety of retail meme stock traders, guys. There is no fundamental reason to be buying shares of AMC Entertainment. And talking about fundamentals, with the recent share sale, AMC has an enterprise value of about $35 billion, almost 6 times what it was in the end of 2018, a record-breaking year at the US box offices. And AMC's enterprise value is now about 17 times the dreadful pandemic-affected domestic box office haul, or just $2.1 billion in 2020. Just think about these numbers. Unfortunately, all these numbers, they're made artificially. That's my humble opinion. Okay, but I want to stay objective and look from another side of the coin. Let's just pretend that everything is going to be fine with AMC company. The price will be going higher and new money they will use for renovation and growth. So if AMC can boost market share and if US box office sales return to 2018 levels, the company's total sales might hit $9 billion. Sales in 2008 were 5.5 billion. Then if the profit margins improve with better industry scale and if AMC's investment in new theaters can drop as new capacity isn't really needed, the company might be able to generate $600 million in a free cash flow annually. That is about 3 times the cash generating potential of pre-pandemic years. And while that may offer a faint glimmer of hope for fundamental investors, there are problems with a 600 million free cash flow scenario. There are a lot of its and it might, and AMC has never generated cash flow like that in the past, never ever before. Okay, but let's forget about the logic and fundamental principles of investing. We all remember that people buy AMC not because they believe in the company, though there is no conclusion that they will not hold stocks for years. The difficult part just becomes at what are people going to sell and at what point are hedge funds going to cover their positions. Everyone just can't buy and hold it forever, and for every $1 this increase, the temptation grows for buyers to start selling off. But guys, let's be honest, as a responsible investors we need to call it for it is. This is a highly speculative gamble that could make or lose you a lot of money. And you have to be prepared for either of these scenarios with a plan ahead of time. If you still believe in meme stock and want to try your luck as my wife does, please don't put all the eggs in one basket. Buy not only AMC but also BlackBerry and GameStop and some other meme stocks with a very high short positions. In this case, you will use at least one fundamental principle of investing, which is called diversification.
100 grand, and that represents like 10%, 20% of your portfolio? Or...
Oh, at this point, it's pretty much all of my portfolio. The other part that isn't AMC is GameStop.
Okay. Diversification done well.
But folks, if you still want to invest in AMC stocks and to become a apps, before investing you have to know at least some very important for every AMC investor's terms and definitions. Short squeeze. When a rising stock price forces people who had sold the stocks short to buy back the shares, driving the stock prices high, it calls short squeeze. And related to short squeeze is something known as a gamma squeeze. A gamma squeeze takes things one step further, forcing additional stock buying activity due to open options positions on the underlying stock. Yeah, it looks really complicated, but just to make it very simple, all these squeezes works like additional force to drive price higher and higher and higher. And if you want to be a really professional investor, you have to know 2 other definitions, 2 other terms. Diamond hands, a popular phrase used by enthusiasts to refer to people who hodl or hold on their stocks, crypto, even when the price are falling. And a very important motto you have to know, apps together strong. Sometimes represented by a gorilla emoji, the saying is derived from an early meme based on the movie Rise of Planet of the Apes. When used by Wall Street bets, the apps are retail investors who are bullish on heavily shorted stocks like GameStop. So if the apps are united, they can be strong enough to outlast those short on the stock. And in the end, guys, investing and gambling are different skills. Both can help you to make some money. And the important thing is not to confuse 2 of these skills. Have a good investing, apps.